The things that scare you are points of darkness you remain unable to explore, limiting your ability to know yourself in your entirety. Because your survival instincts direct your whole being towards self-preservation. And that makes you realize yourself as a separate space that constantly needs protection. Disallowing you from opening up to the universe and allowing it to show you what you need to see in order to open new doorways to new dimensions that will reveal deeper parts of yourself that you must explore in order to reach the highest state of consciousness. Hello everybody, this is Rand Imad. I am an author and a mystic, and today we're going to talk about how fear is the final seal in the unconscious mind, blocking you from self-realization. The psychological trap behind fear leading you to constantly act on instinct, and instinct constantly directing your being towards self-preservation is the following. The sky is above you, but you are constantly scared that something around you might attack you. Your whole attention will go to your surrounding, and in this you will not be able to look at the sky and explore what it can bring you and what it truly holds. And this is how fear keeps you trapped in a repetitive cycle of constantly looking or trying to locate where a threat is. And this is where you lose your conscious awareness in every single moment. A person who is scared will not be able to be present. A person who is scared will not be able to be fully in the moment. He will constantly be occupied with a sense of danger and with thoughts of how to locate the danger and react to it as soon as possible. And in this, a person basically experiences life from this very limited scope. And this is how fear remains to be the main challenge you must conquer. But fear is instinct, and instinct is inbuilt within you. So it is not something you can easily get rid of. And while you can constantly try and face your fears, there will always be new fears that you must face in order to transcend. So think of it in this way. You are playing this game, and each time you win in one level, you upgrade to the new level, and then you have to face new fears. And while each person might get scared from different things or hold different fears within them, there is one fear that remains to be the root of all fears, and that is the fear of death. You are scared because you do not realize your mortal nature. And for you, the transition from life to death, which is the unknown, remains to be the controlling fear of your life, and that shapes your human nature until you decide to riot against this instinct and seek self-realization. Now visualize with me. You are existing this very moment. You are here, you can breathe. Take a deep breath. You do realize that you exist in this moment. Now the idea of becoming non-existent or going to a different space and having a different kind of experience is not comprehensible to your conscious mind. And this keeps you attached to this very moment, because that space represents complete darkness. It's a blank space. Where will you go? You do not know. So you constantly remain stuck in this space, trying to hold on to it as much as possible, because it is all that your conscious minds know. However, the unconscious holds a doorway that you can exit from and reach the highest state of consciousness, which is enlightenment. To reach that state, you must drop everything that you are and face your fears. You have to face all the things that scare you, one after the other, and lose everything that you call as I in order to reach that state. To face all of your fears, a very special quality must be there within you, and that is courage. But you must know that courage is not being fearless. Courage is about acting on awareness even when your fears are awakened within you and they are taking over your emotions. A courageous person acts even when they are scared. They hold up and they find something deep within their gut to just keep going, even though when they feel like they want to hide. When actually they want to feel like they want to hide the most, that is when they keep pushing, that is when they keep standing, that is when they have the determination to get to the other side and reach beyond that fear. That is true courage, and that is how you face every fear that arises within you. Now, there is also a great crucial part that plays a role in this process of constantly overcoming your fears to reach self-realization, and that is the part of seeking. And you must consciously always pursue your fears. You cannot hide away or run away or shy away from your fears. Instead, you have to always face them. You actually have to chase your fears, where you constantly look for things that awaken your fears in order for you to face that internal feeling. You must never forget the whole game is internal and the external is there to dance with you. So a seeker who's always constantly looking for situations and circumstances that awakens his fears, in order for him to face that internal feeling and overcome it, will constantly find himself crossing new thresholds along his internal journey. That is what internal growth is all about. It's about becoming aware of the internal experience and using the external world to constantly stir up that internal experience in order for it to expand, to refine, and to renew itself, and for something new within you to be awakened. And so the main difference between a self-realized being and a person who is not becomes this. A self-realized being has known himself, has completed his internal cycles, and now he is able to watch them instead of being engrossed in them. While a person who is not self-realized remains stuck in his own loop, going around in circles of thoughts, in circles of emotions, in circles of cycles that he creates in the external, and he remains stuck in these different cycles, unaware of how he is creating them and how he is being impacted by his internal cycle. On the other hand, a person who is self-realized, he lives moment to moment, and he is able to watch his thoughts as they arise and experiences his emotions as they come. He watches them, but he is never engrossed in them. He can always take a step back and allow these different parts of him to play themselves out, while he simply sits back and watch in peace and bliss. And this is the ultimate goal for each and every human being. And for this, you must make it your mission to awaken to the truth of who you are before your death, because that is the only life that is worth living and worth working for. See you in my next videos. Thank you.